Hi, my witches. Welcome. Happy Samhain, blessed Samhain, All Souls Day, whatever you want to call November 1st. I mean, Halloween is actually the eve of, right? So today is the thing. But I'm so happy to see you, and I hope that you're not snowed under. We got up this morning. My husband got up. You know, he's up much earlier than I am, but he said there was close to 3 inches of snow on the ground. Started last night, late evening, but it was the middle of the night that it hit. So we got up this morning to beautiful, glorious sunshine with snow on the colored leaves. It just beautiful. So beautiful. So hi, everybody. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Beck. So good to see you, dear. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Stephanie. Ink and Flame. Hello and welcome, Roxanne. I'm so glad to see you. And Marcy. Hi. Hi, everybody. Blessed be, blessed Samhain to you all. It feels like this one is one that really counts, and yet it's one where I've been able to do like not much for it, you know, but it doesn't matter. The outer trappings don't matter, right? It's what goes on in here. So I don't really have like a preamble tonight, I don't think. Maybe I did, but I don't now. So let's just spend some time saying howdy. I know that, well, here's an opportunity. You know, talking about snow on the 1st of November. Am I happy to see snow on the 1st of November? I mean, sort of in the scheme of things, no. But only a really small part of me says no, because A, gorgeous, B, possibly we'll have a cold enough winter that it will kill the ticks. That would be awesome. But also because I know that there are so many people that suffer through the winter, and I'm one of them until I started doing my therapy light in the morning last year. Bad news, especially January and February. But, and the cold hurts me. You know, I understand all of it. It doesn't hurt me as bad as the heat does. Different thing. But, you know, anyway, I won't go into that. Anyway, I understand if you're a warm weather person and you're a sun-kissed goddess, and my daughter is a summer baby. I mean, so am I. I'm August 1st, she's August 2nd. So we are Lammas babies. And yes, I used to absolutely adore summer, and the big, you know, humid heat and everything was fabulous, but my system can't handle it anymore. But there are people to the point where, you know, I love warm to the point where that translates into, and I hate the cold. And so when it snows or something, they're angry immediately. And, you know, it's like railing against, you know, what are you fighting? What are you doing here? So, my thing is, and I love Trungpa Rinpoche has a wonderful quote that says, there is no cure for hot and cold. So it's the weather, you know, that old joke too about everybody talks about the weather and nobody does anything about it. It's because you can't do anything about it. It is. The weather is what it is, and the seasons are what they are. And so why use it as an opportunity to get pissed off? We have enough of those. Instead, take the opportunity to go, wow, this is amazing. I haven't seen anything like this. Well, I've certainly seen snow on autumn leaves before, but, you know, not this year. And it's beautiful. And so, you know, putting yourself in the place of finding joy, even though it's not your preference. That old Buddhist saying, the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When you have a preference, then when it's not your preference, you're disgruntled. You know, you're all pissed off. This isn't the way I want it to be. Damn it. And can you do anything about it? No, you can't. The only thing you can do is change how you approach it and how you perceive it. So anyway, there's the little speechifying tonight. Let's see who else has wandered in while we're waiting. Hello, Catherine. Catherine Silver Spiral Tarot. And Tana, yes, happy Beltane to you, south of the equator. sorry. Of course, I am grounded in where I am, but yes, happy Beltane, happy other pole. This is the most magical time of the year. This is the most potent, let's say potent time of year, because we are dealing with the extremes, you know, and Scorpio certainly deals in extremes. Taurus is just, you know, those fixed signs are just powerhouses and they settle in. And with the Beltane Samhain polarity, we're dealing with life and death. That's all there is to it. The Lammas and Lammas and Imbolc are sort of the midway points, but the beginning end points are more, you know, the Scorpio Taurus. Still very potent. And that eclipse knocked your socks off. It was intense, very much intense. So this year, I think, you know, having kids that are grown, although they're so very much into Halloween and they were painting masks on the floor for a couple of days this weekend, it was great. But I find that, you know, getting out decorations and all that kind of stuff, I don't have the energy for it. But where's my energy been? Really thinking about the season and the internals. And there's a lot of deep change going on. So hello and happy Beltane, Tana. Ah, yes. Spring has left this week. Well, I mean, autumn is still here, but winter has arrived. So, wow, rain, hard wind. Oh my goodness. This too shall pass. I mean, this is where we're into, we're at the fixed signs. It's usually once we get to the mutable signs that things really start going, you know, up and down, but not this year, I'm telling you. Chocolate muffin. Hello, chocolate muffin. You are most welcome here. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, you guys. Well, we are at the magical 13, so let's do a bit of a blessing here. Hi, Tavia. You are not late at all. Absolutely not. Yeah, kicked ass with a hobnail boot. Yeah, just wow, big stuff. And the fallout's going to be with us for a while. So thank you. Like my little ghosties. This is the new version. I did a version last year that was white beads and black, but these are actual clear beads that have just like an iridescent finish on them. So they're very ghost-like. And I see they blend in perfectly with my hair. All right. So let's have a blessing. First of all, I give you a toast and a hail and welcome with my cider. I love cider. That's what I left out last night. Overnight, we had some cider that was getting a little bit fizzy. So I left it out for the other crowd. All right, so get yourself settled in. Get something good to drink. Some tea or some cider or some really good water or something stronger. Up to you. And get settled in and comfy. I am so glad that you come to join me for this. I've been looking forward to this since last Wednesday. So I offer you this sacred smoke. You can light some of your own sacred smoke, whatever you have, and just let it drift around the space. By air, may we be purified and inspired. And by fire, may we be clear-sighted, strong-willed, and tempered. By water and earth, may we be connected. May our feelings flow freely. May we be blessed. And by the earth, may we be grounded, nourished, made whole, and manifest. I'm still decorating. And by the sound of the bell, may you feel the arrival of spirit as any negativity, anything that is not necessary, any low vibrations are cleared with the sound of the bell. It leaves space for that which is high and holy and of the spirit and of our inner essence. May it arrive and fill the space. And one more. All right, let's do a little bit of grounding, eh? So settle yourself in. Sorry, I'm looking at the messages. Let me catch up with the latest and then we'll do our grounding. Give you a chance to get really settled and comfortable, so you're sitting in as comfortable a place as you can be, okay? Ink and Flame says, I was cranky yesterday because I just wanted to spend my time at my altar instead of handling trick-or-treat, but then husband and daughter took care of that while the first snow fell. I turned happy. I'm happy that you're happy. And yeah, I understand exactly that when you're feeling that pull, Marcy says the Nino, yes, that's our winter's going to be something because of it. Has provoked hard floods in rivers. Oh, I'm sorry, in Brazil, and is coming down to Argentina by the Paraná River. Iguazu Falls are closed because they have too much water and it's dangerous for visitors. Oh my goodness. Yes, stay safe and balance. All right. So get yourself settled. And just start to breathe easily, focusing on the out-breath. Making sure that you exhale everything, all of the used air. We take it in, we take the oxygen from it, and then we return the rest. So you let your in-breaths be easy and deep, and your out-breaths be very thorough all the way. And when you exhale all the way, there's that little pause at the bottom before the next inhale begins. That pause between the exhale and the inhale is where we stand right now. That is the place of magic. So notice that when you inhale, you get the top of the inhale, whoops, there's a little pause before the release begins. We can only take in so much, and then we pause to be with that before we release what isn't needed, and then there's a rest at that bottom at the place of release, the place of emptiness before we begin to take in again. And so the circle turns. So now, as you breathe easily, begin to feel the pull of gravity pulling you down. This is the Earth's embrace. She gathers you to her. And feel as though you're just melting into her lap. The size of an infant in this beautiful, bountiful lap of the goddess. And feel her arms cradling you. Feel love pouring out of her skin and feel yourself absorbing that love. What is a mother's love? Her energy, is towards your survival, and not just survival, your nourishment, your enrichment, your growth. Your love of all. When you feel her love, you understand how to love yourself. And as you love yourself, you are able to love the earth and all the rest of her creatures. So rest now in her lap. Feel the strength of that foundation. And feel how very close you are to that gateway between life and death. Sitting in her lap, you are right there. And so on your next exhale, allow a cord or a root to go down from the base of your spine, and you feel it joining that root that goes down from the gateway of life, from the mother's lap, from the yoni. Yours joins hers, and you go down into the earth that is her body. Feel it go down into the earth and anchor you in the source of manifestation. This is the essence of the goddess, the form. And now you begin to feel that energy of manifestation moving up that root, up that cord, joining, so much more powerful as it is joined with the mother's connection there. You tap into that giant taproot and feel that earth energy rush up into your body, rush up into the base of your spine, rush down your legs to your toes. Feel the tingle as it moves, filling up your pelvic girdle, filling up your belly, your low back. Feel it moving and flowing through your belly up to your torso, in your torso, your mid-back, your shoulder blades, your shoulders, the top of your chest. Feel it all relax. And feel it spill down from your shoulders down to the tips of your fingers as it also rises up into your neck, into your head. Truly, as soon as you acknowledge that energy coming up, it is in your entire body, all at once. We just like to follow it where it goes so that we are aware. And watch the green and gold swirling and sparkling and chasing away anything that is of the nature of dis-ease. Watch all these little pockets of darkness dissolving and going away as the earth energy moves in. Watch any kind of dense places, any sludgy places, any blocked places. Watch all of those dissolve. Dissolve, dissolve as the earth energy moves everywhere, and you just feel the tingle, feel that spark of life touching all of your cells, all of your atoms. This is the energy that lives in the very substance of you. It is the substance of you. It is this alive at every minute of every day. But when you acknowledge this life, then you really begin to feel it. All right, and now that you feel warmed and everything connected and excited, sort of revitalized, then let's exhale, and on the next inhale, bring that earth energy up nice and bright and strong. And release just the breath. And another. Crank it up. Release just the breath. Exhale it all the way. Pause. And then drink it in. Exhale through the crown of the head. And feel how it just rockets up into the air. Shoots out of the crown to the top of your personal space and then arcing all around in an egg or a sphere. Feel the cascade around you and see how it sparkles and shines. Clear but pearly, every color but no color, shining like glass and pearl. Just beautiful, beautiful egg of energy around you. And watch it as it comes down and touches the floor, the ground beneath your feet, sinks in and hugs that root. And now feeling the crown wide open, you turn your attention to the cosmos and watch that cosmic energy pour in. Silver and blue, and as it does and as it joins with the earth energy, feel the space inside of you just expanding. Expanding and expanding. The space between your cells, the space between your atoms, expanding and expanding. There is vast space inside of you. And you feel that cosmic energy, that sun energy, that star, moon energy, energy of the void pouring down, all the way down. And feel everything get lighter as it perfectly balances the density of the earth energy, silver, blue, and green gold. Any place in your body that needs to be lighter, you can just turn your attention there and send more to that place. But it knows exactly where to go. And then as you exhale the next time, you can feel that energy going down through the root a little bit till it reaches the surface of the sphere or the egg, and then it rises up the outside and back into space. And here in this balanced place, put your attention on your third eye and feel that open up. Feel your awareness expand. And become receptive, and into this place we invite guides and guardians, allies and ancestors. We welcome you with gratitude. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being part of us. We especially honor you on this Samhain and Beltane. We ask your guidance and assistance. We offer you fresh water, the fire of Azrael. Thank you for your help and assistance tonight. I offer myself as your vessel, as your vehicle. And please allow me to hear the messages that belong to our viewers, that will give them exactly what they need now, the help, the inspiration, the passion, the drive, the compassion to be fully themselves and to do what's needed right now. Thank you. All right. All right. I'm kind of having a hard time getting a grip on words tonight, so fair warning. Fair warning. Okay, so the decks for tonight. What I have here is the Spirit Throne from the Beloved Dead deck, which is over here. So that one is coming out to play in earnest tonight, but we are setting the Spirit Throne here for the ancestors. And I have, where did I do with them? I have some caramel M&Ms that I am offering. I'm putting the Spirit Throne right up there so it can stand up, and I'm placing the offering in front of them. Please accept the offering. Please accept the offering of this cider as well. shall enjoy it for you. All right. So who do we have here with us tonight? Oh, I guess I could put my meds box away. We have, yes, definitely prayers for Mars. And I want to say, too, just to, when we're in this wonderful energy, you know what we didn't do? Okay, come back in. Be aware of your sphere or your egg. Exhale. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, push out a layer so it connects with the others. We have these interconnecting rings and spheres spreading over the whole planet. So, of course, part of it is going down through the Earth, and what we're ending up with is this many-layered egg and sphere around the Earth. And within that egg are the Ukrainians, the Israelis, the Palestinians, the hostages, those that are in pain, those that are suffering, those that are experiencing lack and loss, as we all are. And so we send this energy freely. We give whatever we get to those in need, the rest of our human family. So interestingly, I did the thing with the dice. I was too chicken to try it live. Oh my goodness. Oh, Marcy, darling. Oh. So, I chickened out using the dice thing that I was talking about last week, using the gaming dice to pick the number of the deck, because I have a catalog with them all numbered. And I did try that, and 3 of the decks here tonight were chosen that way. I also knew the other ones that it chose I wasn't going to use. 2 of them are Afrocentric decks, and I respect that as a closed practice. I bought a bunch of decks during the Black Lives Matter movement, and at the beginning of that, just to amplify. But I consider those closed practices as they are, and so I don't read with those decks. So 2 of them it chose from those. I think it was Afro-Brazilian and another African deck. But so I'm not going to do those. And there was one that was just like, no, that's just not going to do it. We have a couple that were here recently. And I thought it was very interesting that they came out, because they're very appropriate. But let's just talk about them one by one. This one is the Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding. And wow, what a fabulous deck. This one, because the veil is thin. So why would we not want a deck that you can see through? So I'm excited to use that. And yes, I have some white paper over here. And then the Debray Black Tarot. I can't remember whether it was just last week or whether it was in September. I think it might have been in September that I used this deck. And it's a very good one, but it wanted to come out again. And I thought, sure, it's appropriate. Then I have I didn't show you. The Debray Black Tarot is by Victoria Iva. Iva or Eva? IVA. Then we have the Mushroom Spirit Oracle that I just unboxed last Friday. And I was very happy that this one came up. So the dice chose that one. And then we have the Intuitive Night Goddess deck. And, let's see. Nicola McIntosh's Mushroom Spirit Oracle. Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot is, goodness gracious, created and designed Lindsay Silverman and Eye of Astro. Okay. So the reason I don't reach for this deck is because it's not cut evenly, so it doesn't shuffle well. But we're not going to hold that against it, because it is a really wonderful deck. Then the Wild Woman Tarot, or Wild Woman Oracle. This was up just a couple times ago too, and it's like, no, it wanted to play again. I've had comments on this video recently, and it's just a damn good deck. So The wild woman wanted to be here with us. And then the last one is here I go again. This is Cheyenne Zarate. And we have The Beloved Dead Oracle by Carrie Paris and Tina Hart. That one I'm interested because it's, I think, Samantha, you were the one that said on the unboxing that it's kind of a journey deck. No, I think that was Celtic Book of the Dead one. Anyway, no matter. Onward. But I gotta say, there were some other decks that I thought, wanted to be. I went back and forth with some tarot. And so I asked them, what is your opinion about playing tonight? Do you want to do it? Give me yes or no. I took 3 cards. Give me something, that says, yes, I want to participate. And you wouldn't believe the repeat cards I got. It was like 3 or 4 different decks that I did that way. 6, 9 of Swords came up repeatedly. 2 of Wands. Very interesting. But the 9 of Swords was I think it came up like 3 different times. So I'm like, yeah, here's what I'm asking you. So that was kind of a test of the decks too. Answer the question I'm asking you. Do you want to be here? But I mean, if they are answering it, they're like, fuck no, I don't want to be there. So anyway, okay. Yeah, the Wild Woman deck is time. Oh, the Astro Dice. Mm-hmm. All right. Astro Dice, there you go. All right. Oh my gosh, we're half an hour in. Thank you for the nudge there, Samantha. I'm kind of wandery today. I was looking out at the glorious woods, and I did put up a little video on a short. And I was just feeling so flowy. So here we go. All right, we have Venus. Ooh. Venus in Capricorn in the 10th. So, all right. This is the feminine power, that power of love, coming into authority. Capricorn in the 10th house. Capricorn rules the 10th house. That's about achievement, the pinnacle. Here's what we're aiming for. Here's the highest we can go, right? Here's the spiritual purpose. So it's talking about the power of the feminine coming into that. And actually, Capricorn in the 10th house are feminine, quote, receptive, experiential houses. The earth and water signs are, so-called female. Air and fire, so-called masculine. I don't like those terms. I like creative and experiential. We create something, we make it, or we experience, right? Outflow, income. So this is, Capricorn is an earth sign. 10th house is an earth house. So this kind of achievement, taking things a step at a time, going through that organic growth and growing into authority, it's structure. It's, the structures of the way we do things as adults. And we've got Venus here, softening that drive and bringing in the question, what is it for? What's achievement for? Why are we doing it? I was thinking about the Beloved Dead cards that I picked last week before the live, and it was self-protection or self-preservation, grave, and self-care. And I was thinking that, self-preservation is the thing that keeps us alive. But self-care is the thing that makes us want to be alive. So we're looking at that, that drive, and I'm going to get there. There's a goal. There's something I want to achieve. But what is it how are we going to do this? We're going to do this with love, with the energy of the goddess, with experiencing the beauty and everything that's all around us. So what are we looking to achieve? Real appreciation and the structure that is based in the feminine of power with the circle, rather than the straight line power over. Somebody's at the bottom, somebody's at the top. All are equal in the circle. Okay, now I gotta look. I'm looking for Tavia. Okay. Oh yeah, you can get the Astro Dice on Amazon. Very cheap. It's like three or four sets of them for like $10 or something. And the that was Astro Boy. Astro Boy, there you go. I don't know the words. Da 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 da. Rocket high through the sky. You know Astro Boy? Anyway. Yeah, it is interesting. Venus in Capricorn, feminine energy on Earth. That's right. In an Earth sign. I mean, Venus is at home in an Earth sign. And so we are bringing that softer, the love of life, the sensual pleasures. Why are we here? We're not just here to get this karmic stuff. We're here to enjoy. We are spirit coming into the flesh so that we can enjoy our creation. We came here because it gives us senses and we can enjoy, Okay. The cyber hookah, hell yeah. Reputation and valuing that. Yes. Okay, so yes, 10th house is reputation as well. Living with integrity as the higher vibration, loving your place in society. Wonderful. Absolutely. Loving your place in society and bringing that love into that structure. The hierarchical structures in your life, bringing love and inclusivity in gathering, that big hug. Whatever you want to achieve, what is the vibration of it? What's the frequency aligning to that vibration? What's the frequency, Kenneth? Capricorn, its own house. Very impressive. Yes, it is. It's powerful. That's powerful. It's authority. And you know what? Saturn, the ruler of the 10th house, is the Lord of Karma. 10th house is the results of what you've done. Here's what you've managed to manifest out of, the ideas that you've had in the beginning. Here's what's come of it. So we want what comes of it to be love, to be based in love. Sometimes defiance is not a bad thing, really. Yeah, absolutely. Resist. Hi, Natalie. Hello, darling. Oh, not too bad then. Not too early morning. Astro Boy, I know. It was great. We've been indoctrinated to think that anything strong is scary. Well, only when it's women. That any woman that's strong is scary. Yeah. Okay. What does defiance mean? It means resisting. It means they want to tell me to be small, and I say no. I resist that. It means pushing back, right? Or defying. Stand up and shake your fist at it, Like I said, I'm having trouble with words in English tonight. Okay. Capricorn is slow and steady. That's right. So it does take a long road and a step at a time and a method and a plan, a structured plan in order to bring this higher octave of love into manifestation. Okay. Are we ready for the tiny die? Yes, resist. That's right. Boom. Who's up first? Okay, number 5. Ooh, Wild Woman comes out first. Come on, darling. Interesting times shuffling things today too, because there's a I can't remember whether I think it was the Buffy deck. I was thinking about maybe the Buffy deck tonight, but she was one of the ones that was like, one of them I had 6, 7, and 8 of swords. Two of them I had 9 of swords. 2 or 3 of them I have 9 of swords. One of them had 10 of swords. Knight of swords twice. So there was a lot of, reflection on what things feel like, but not on whether the deck really, Okay, so lost in the shuffle. All right. All right, wild woman. Mm-hmm. Okay, inner high priestess is what we have first. Divine service. Morana, it says, goddess of death. I thought it was Morgana. Too bad. Too bad. That's my daughter's name, if you didn't know. I can give myself a little bit more room. Do I need to? Fuss. Very fussy today. And then we have Anastasia, self-discovery. So, divine service, death, self-discovery. So, divine service, I know what this is. How do you serve the goddess? What are you here to do? What is your particular expression? And, does it have to look like church? No, not at all. Do you serve the goddess in, I work in customer service. I work in health care, or social services, or I work as an artist, or I play as an artist, and I put that out to the world. And that's my service. Is my divine service just allowing the muse to take me places, allowing the muse to goad me into that kind of dissatisfaction that makes me create something that nobody's ever seen before? So what is your particular kind of service? And I'm going to go straight over here to self-discovery. Because there are too many people going around that just kind of don't know. They don't know what they love. They don't know. They've lost touch with that little child that had something inside them that was like, oh, I want to be And so it's part of self-discovery to uncover the layers of adulthood and get back to that little child and what that little child loved. This little child loved ghosts and books on ghosts and astrology and stuff. So, yeah. So what does that little child in you, what can you discover that really is needed in this world now? The expression of which is not like anything else when it comes out of your brain and out of your hands. And remember, to manifest something, it's got to come out of your hands in some way. Manifest, money. It's got to come through your body in some way, right? And then we have the goddess of death in the middle. So at this time of year, it's saying what needs to die so that you can discover your divine service. You can discover what is there at the heart of you, wanting to get out. What is the love that you are here to contribute to this world? Lilith, the first feminist. Let me take a moment to speak to those in Ohio. Yes, on issue 1. Yes. In August, it was no, because they wanted to make it so we could not, amend the Ohio Constitution. We won that one. Now they are lying. Now the amendment that's up for vote is to give women bodily autonomy, to make reproductive health care part of our right that cannot be removed. Yes on issue 1. And if you're a man, the only vote you have any business making is yes, because it's not about your body. So either vote yes or sit down and shut up. That's the message I have. Okay, so Lilith, the first feminist. Autonomy. Look, autonomy, bodily autonomy, and cooperation. So we have death and divine service and autonomy. So it is a divine service to kind of, one of the things that needs to go away is these old toxic versions of womanhood that we've been trained into. I was at the doctor's office on Monday, and there was a woman there with her daughter. And we came in and sat down, and there was a couple other people there, and they called somebody back, and she started about, I just don't understand. I've been here before anybody else. I was here at this time, and I don't know. This happens to me all the time. It happens to me every time I come here, and I didn't even make this appointment. They made this appointment. But, I just don't understand. I'm here with it. And I'm sitting there thinking, go say something. But she sat and bitched, and I could feel the victimhood. She's been trained into it. This is how I manipulate other people to do what I need to be done because I can't do it. And look at how she, they made this appointment. I didn't. Victim, victim, victim. I have no responsibility in this. I have no role in this. I have no power in this situation. And then somebody else got called. Well, that's another. And she bitched and bitched and bitched. And I'm thinking, please get up and say something. She finally did. But instead of just going up and saying, I've been here since this time. Is it going to be much longer? I've also noticed a couple people that came after me going back before me. The answer to that was there's 2 doctors in the office, and I knew that, but it ain't my business, So she found that out. And, first thing was, I didn't even make this appointment. You guys made this appointment, and you're, bitching. So she went and sat back down again. Well, there's 2 doctors. And then they finally called her back. But it was such an example of how women have been taught to not have their own authoritative voice. So this is women coming into that authority, recognizing the authority in femininity. And it doesn't have to be, and so we've been trained that it's mean. If you complain about something, it's mean. Or if you say, I don't like this, you're being mean. And we have to be nice because we're women, so we have to be nice. So, to go up and first of all, give the other person the benefit of the doubt. You don't have to bring your anger and your victimhood sticking out in lumps. You can just go acknowledge that, I'm feeling like a victim here. How do I handle this? That's not victim-y. Go up and, hey, yes, I've noticed that. And then you get a kinder response back. But that's what needs to go to death here. Our divine service is bringing Lilith in, the one that resisted, the one that was defiant and refused to be subservient to Adam, right? Then we have death and self-discovery and cooperation. So here we're looking at what is not ours to carry. Look at her shining the light this way. What can I let go of? What burdens do I bear that cause me to feel like a victim that aren't mine to bear? How can I get rid of those and hand off to whose job that is, And cooperation comes in there then. Here's something that I need to bear and it's too much for me. Can you help me? And learning how to ask for help without manipulating for it. Learning how to say, I don't like this, without being aggressive. But the cooperation, so autonomy and cooperation, in order for women to come into their legal autonomy, we have bodily autonomy. It is our right, but the law does not give us that. So it's going to take cooperation. Look at the web here. It's going to take everybody standing up. And this is where men, just get your ass up and vote in favor of women. It's not about your opinion, bud. Okay. And then the end here, we have the unknown. Oh my goodness. Hecate, Queen of the Crossroads. So, boy, who comes showing up? Morana, Lilith, Hecate. Happy Samhain. And happy Beltane. But the unknown here is, yes, we are forging into the unknown. And I feel like I'm repeating last week all over again because we know that change must happen. We know what it is needed, but we don't know exactly what it can look like on the other end. So we just have to stand. Remember when I was talking about that space between the exhale and the inhale? Here she is, Queen of the Crossroads. So standing at the crossroads, we are at this place of potential. and, to choose a way. But I think right now, the main message here is to really be fully in this I don't know place. Because we don't know. We do know what we're fighting for. We do know we're here to perform divine service. We do know that autonomy is our right. We are discovering ourselves. We know that there's strength in numbers and we can cooperate with each other. We can communicate and negotiate. But we are dealing with death in the middle of it and the things that need to go away. And we need to be willing to let those things go away without knowing what's going to replace it. Being willing to be as brave as it takes, and it does take courage to be in that place of I don't know. Hooey. Girlfriends, that was a long one for the first one. Hey, I got time. I got time if you guys got time. Okay. Ink and Flame, yes, thank you, dear. Reminded you of Goddess Kali. Yes, absolutely, Tana. I'm surprised Kali didn't show up in this. The 11-11-11 portal. Yep. Let the witch's bottle be shaken to destroy what is no longer useful. Ooh, I like that. I like that, Tana. Not my monkey, not my circus. Well, I mean, the thing is, it is our monkey and it is our circus. But when we're not in control of that, how do we act when we're not in control of that? So it's before the not my monkey, not my, I don't care part, because that can easily go into the just meh, not my business, But if we are doing divine service and it is our business to manifest, to help manifest this new world, how do we be in that uncomfortable place that we're in now without flipping out, and keeping our eye on the divine service and all that kind of stuff? I hope this makes sense. Anyway. Yes. Getting better at responding instead of reacting. Yes, exactly, honey. Tapping into all those energies can help with clarity. Assertive woman. Hi, Jessica. Assertive woman equals bitch. That's what we've been called. You fucking harpy. You bitch. You harridan. Bossy. All those things. Just, that's the part that you can just let go of. Just whatever, Thank you, Roxanne. Sweep the stones out of the way so others like us can cross it without problems. Yes, yes. Go away, Velcro song. Yes, they are, Tavia. Strong goddesses. No surprise here, right? Replace the bitch idea with the lioness idea. Absolutely. With the mother idea. You don't fuck with mothers. Okay. Full-blown biatch mode. Beautiful and in total control of herself. Absolutely. All righty. Who's up next? I think we're in for a long ride tonight. Oh, number 4. And that is Intuitive Night Goddess. Good. So more goddesses up. And I'm going to shuffle this way. I did a lot of shuffling earlier. I think I'm going to split and pick because, as you see, this... I don't know if you can see, this is a deck that is not cut. So to hold them like this, they're always going to have ones that stick together. But side to side, it's even. So I'm going to split and pick. All right. Mm-hmm. And this is a deck where the majors have been renamed, most of them, into more, as the author says, action-oriented words. Oop. Okay, there's our start. And we have the Warrior of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hermit, which is introspection in this deck. All right. The Warrior of Swords is the warrior of ideas, of, going against mental constructs or looking at how which mental constructs need to be defeated. and introspection on this side. That's what will show us. But this is, this is a major. So the major says, yes, we are in this time right now of big introspection. Who am I right now? What am I about? What's the next goal? What do I do when? As climate keeps changing and things are destabilized, we have to be willing to step outside of our very long accustomed idea of here's what I want my life to be like. And I had a realization today of how many years I really struggled to manifest the kind of life that I was shown, just all the trappings of, my mother and how much she cared about what the house looked like and what other people thought, and what, it has to be, everything's got to be, and how I progressively have let go of that into flow. So we need to go inside. The hermit says, go deep, ask the hard questions, and find out what mental constructs that you're holding on to that really do need to be questioned. And then we have Ace of Pentacles in the middle, which is how do we get this started on a solid manifest basis, in a way that I can put my hand to. So here's a good NLP thing too, is you can look at the ecology of a question or a thing that you want. So say you're going to do a spell work, and here's what I want. Here's my goal. Here's the thing I'm after. And then you can ask, okay, what will happen if you have this thing? And then you ask, what will happen if you don't have this thing? And think about that. And then what won't happen if you have this thing? And what won't happen if you don't have this thing? And it just gives you a slightly different view. You look at different facets that can really help you hone in on exactly what it is you want. Rather than, I want a nice home, I want to be successful. What does that mean to you? So we need to hone in and define things in material terms, in terms of what it will look like. What will I see? What will I touch? What will my senses experience when I have this thing? Right? Then, looky here. Death. And the witch. The witch is the magician in this deck. So the witch is the one that manipulates the energies. Magician here is about, manipulation. You've got the basics here. You're going to manipulate these things into a form. So again, we have death. So the next thing is we challenge ideas. Here's the new thing I want to manifest. Here's the idea in the middle. I got to start something new, right? And then we have, let's look at the ideas. Let's go deep into spiritually and spend some time knocking around inside the climate here. And then what needs to go from that? And how do I change it into the thing that takes its place? Gosh, same message, right? But the witch is a card of ability. It says that you have everything you need in order to. Look, death is kind of looking this way. The witch is looking this way. How does the witch deal in the energies of death and ending? And, of course, loss and grief and all that. But the power of ending, the power of choice, the power to manifest, yes, but the power of ending something as well. I have the power to close this door for good and forever. And then we have Two of Wands. This was another one that came up repeatedly. How interesting. The Two of Wands is what's the plan? What exactly is the plan? So here with the Ace of Pentacles and Two of Wands, we really are dealing in practical matters here. The last one was more about the spiritual thing. This is about the practical things. So every plan starts with a thought and an inspiration. And the Warrior of Swords is the one that gets excited about the thoughts they're having. So what ideas are you having that you want to really bring, you want to plant the seed? And what's this going to do for you internally? Where, let it sprout from this deep internal place. kind of anchored into your spiritual self, but having the ideas. And then we look at, okay, let's clear the way so there's room for it. And what do I need to put together? How do I create this? What's the plan? So here's the two wands, death and the witch. Getting rid of, making anew. Yeah. Okay. That was pretty dang clear. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sweep away the concept of perfect and programmed life. Yes, absolutely, Tana. Completely. No Stepford wives here, huh? Tavia, not saying I don't want whatever, looking specifically what we do want. Yes, yes, yes. I don't want to fight, but I want harmony. Well, yes, and there's a damn good reason for that. And that's because the brain cannot process a not or a don't. So, the old thing, don't think of an elephant. But if I say, okay, do think of this, that's going to get you away from thinking about that. So if your subconscious, if you hear, I don't want this, your subconscious is hearing, I do want this. And so we manifest these things, unbeknownst, inadvertently. So yes, getting our ideas together. What am I going to let go of? What's the plan now? What's the plan? I'm going to plant the seeds, and what am I going to grow? Yes. I love that the witch showed up, but 2 decks in a row. Death. Hi. Hi, Samhain. I can say belting. All right. Who is up next? We have 1, 2, 3, and 6. 3. And that's the mushroom deck. So yes, 2 of our oracles tonight are rock pool. And I really like them. I have so many ideas that I want to do, but my problem has been energy and passion. It's very difficult to get passionate about things when my physical energy is very low. So that's what I'm really working on right now is how do I rekindle? Because I do have some great ideas, but maybe I need my ADHD meds adjusted a little bit because I can't seem to, it's the executive dysfunction thing. Just can't seem to make myself do it. All right, little mushrooms, what do you have to tell us tonight? I got kissed them too. Even though it's Amanita, they're not going to hurt me. Okay. These shuffle so well. And I noticed that I did not split and pick from that Night Goddess. I took right off the top, but hey, it worked out. All right. Here we have Death Cap. Following the theme. Endings is what that stands for. We have Morale, which is restore. And then we have Turkey Tail, block. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Endings, restore, and block. So some things that end, we want to regenerate. We want it to come back. Some things end in a cyclic manner, and so we want to restore what has been depleted or lost. And then some things that end, we just don't want them to come back. We want to block the coming back of them. I may go to the book for this because this is a new oracle, and let's take a look. Oops. All right. Oh, I'm doing the thing again. I'm looking at the card number and thinking that's a page number. Okay. Here we go. So this is the Death Cab Amanita phalloides, and it is inedible and poisonous. It's a sign of endings, whether coming or already here. Death can sometimes feel like a negative thing, but death represents new beginnings too. Letting go of that which no longer serves you can feel very painful, and it may be that something you have held on to isn't allowing you to move forward. Endings can also mean many positive things, especially if it means there's an end in sight for something you've been working on or are trying to achieve. This card is a blessing, but also a warning. Don't be alarmed and don't fear the negativity in everything is as it should be. Or don't let fear or negativity in everything is as it should be. Greater things are at work. Okay, rest in peace. It says, remember, RIP is rest in peace. So, same message, everything, and I think that I get just a little when I hear that, death is a new beginning. It's a new beginning. It's a new beginning. It's an ending. We do need to deal with the ending part. That exhale and then let it rest before the next one comes in. So remember the pause, mind the gap, learning how to be in the gap after an ending. And restore can talk about how we sort of rebuild the energy flow after the release of an ending. How do we restore ourselves back to health? And Turkey Tail can also talk about what kind of block, just what block we are experiencing that is not allowing us to come to an ending. Okay. So one of the things this can lead us to, I had a whole stream of thoughts going through my head when I was looking at this first card. That Tarot V that I just put up the unboxing for talks about shadow work. It has a shadow dance thing for every single card. And so when we look at this endings and restoration and look at, if we choose to look at death just as a beginning, is that the shadow that we are ashamed of things? We don't want things to end. So I'm going to skip over the fact that it's a death and just look at the new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. We have to deal with the ending itself. And as this said, let it rest in peace before the new beginning. Okay. And we might be blocking ourselves from experiencing the grief. So we can't restore if we hold the grief in. There's no room for restorative anything. We have to release. Okay, we have Divine, Rosie Bonnet, and then we have Chaga, Defense and Balance. Okay, Define, Defense, Balance. So we do need to define what defense or block we may have up, keeping us from experiencing the endings and the loss, the fear that can come with endings. One of mine is like when we're getting rid of things is, what happens if I need it? How long has it been since I've needed it or ever? And just get rid of it. Get rid of it, So what fear comes up when we look at endings and things we need to put an end to? And if we're feeling unable to restore ourselves after an ending and in a grief, is it because we are not really allowing the grief to happen? But we have to also define what it is that's ending and what it is we hope to be restored to us once we've cleared the decks of the ending. Restore, block, defense, and balance. Okay, so restoring and blocking. Restoring is actively bringing something in that helps to restore you and your energy. Blocking is saying, I'm not going to let it get sucked out, Maybe it's just blocking the things that are still sapping your energy, and that's what the defense and balance is saying. That the blocking here is because it's a defense against allowing things in that have kind of taken our energy. And then we have Reishi, spirit medicine. Well, there we go. You remember this, the divine service thing? Hold on. So, ultimately, it is in Spirit's hands. There are cycles here that are so much bigger than we can see. We're just left to deal with the symptoms of these big cycles as they are showing up in our own lives. So when we're dealing with stuff in our own lives and we're having endings and we need to restore, but something, energies are blocked and not flowing, we need to look at what specifically we don't want in our lives anymore, what specifically I need to say no to going forward. That will help me keep things in balance and ultimately know that it's Spirit's big plan. We need to do whatever we can in our own small lives to keep things heading in the direction of justice and love. But ultimately, the plan is Spirit's. Restore spirit medicine. So this is a call here, that divine service. This is a call here to bring back our own spirit medicine and just really start practicing that, undoing the blocks, getting our protection up, bringing things into balance, but being very, very clear and defined about what it is we're stopping, blocking, saying no to, ending, and putting ourselves swimming in spirit medicine again. Laura, hello, darling. Wait a minute. Let me put this stuff away here so I can say proper hello. All right, I got to back up. You guys have been lively. I love that. Samantha says, I watched a video once where a T cell didn't attack a cancer cell. It wrapped itself around it and gave it a squeeze until it popped, and out of the middle of the cancer cell came this beautiful multicolored light. Yes, yes. And cancer is an autoimmune thing. It's something that is consuming itself. Wow, Samantha. Yeah, Dave, just wow. I agree. I think that's kind of what we do when we release something from our life we no longer need. We're releasing it so it has more of a potential to become something better. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And, the same thing with, your grief and everything. You're holding all that energy in and it hurts you. If you can allow the process in your body so that energy is released, and then truthfully, when you're holding energy back, it takes a lot more of your energy to do that. So once you really release, you free up all the energy in your system and you've put back into the universe energy which is neutral and can be used for other things. Absolutely. Okay, Ink and Flame. When I was feeling dispassionate about a project for months, and then the eclipse ushered in a solution that activated me again. Yes, related to the ancestors. I think divine timing can be part of it. Yes, it is always. Being aware and stepping into that divine timing, totally. Death needs its own space, even grief sometimes. Well, it's a reality. No cure for hot and cold, Sometimes people die and we grieve. There's no choice about that. So, but if you can grieve, loving the process because it is part of the circle, it is of the goddess. Grief is that expression of love with no place to go, with no one to receive it. So still, if you can be in that place and still be grateful because you are consciously walking the wheel, Yeah. Hi, Laura. Watching from your TV, I had to jump on my laptop and laugh at all the death cards. I know, 3 for 3. 3 for 3, honey. Acceptance part of grief. Lets it rest. Yes. Bargaining is focus on new beginnings. It's normal, but we can't get stuck. Yeah. Blocking is denial of grief. Right, Tavia. Ultimately, then sometimes we need to get better at saying yes, realizing we have way more things to say yes to. Yep. Oh, the most activating concept for Ink and Flame is that of the wise woman with spirit medicine. Yes, yes, yes. An awakened imagination works with a purpose. Yes, it creates and preserves the desirable or transforms or destroys the undesirable. Excellent quote. Tana, you're wonderful. That's excellent. Oh, I love your little kitty in the box. Okay. what is up? What other form of death card is up next? 6. Ah, the beloved dead. Which death card is up? The actual beloved dead. All right, so this deck in particular. This is, ooh, playa flipped off the bottom. Oh, good, I have a little bit because I want to offer again some Fire of Azrael to the ancestors. So this directly, I want to ask for a message from our ancestors, our collective ancestors. And you know, it's odds on that we share some ancestors way back when. I mean, we know we do. There's like, what, a single female that everyone on Earth can be traced back to? So yes, we share ancestors, and probably a whole bunch more recently. Because if you go back 20-some generations, there are a million grandparents there for each one of us. So, all right, one more riffle. Never mind, I got stuff going on here. Oh my gosh. Some of the ancestors were bitching about the riffle shuffle, so I am sorry. Now we will cut. There's one that slid right off the bottom, and here they come. Okay, let's start here. You slid off the bottom first. Ooh, we don't do reverses. Oh my God. So the first one, last week when I had these cards and said, you know, I was asking before the live, so I pulled some things, and the first one was self-preservation. There it is again. Act of love, self-preservation. Then the next one was prophecy and optimism. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So, you know, some of these cards are act of love cards, and then other ones are just about, you know, our ancestors. So one act of love that is self-preserving for us is to begin to prophesy beauty. Prophesy optimistically. Here's what I see happening. I see this happening in the Middle East. It's very easy to see the negative path that things are going down. Very easy. So if we can look at predicting, I'm going to predict. Here's the messages Spirit is giving me. That there will be a time when we are through all of this. And so be brave and optimistic. Be brave enough to be optimistic, knowing that it could be down the road and with some terrible things in between. But an act of self-preservation is holding on to that optimism, even through the negative times, even through. But prophecy here says, let's spend some time directly, literally looking at the good things that are coming, because they are. And we have creativity. And there's player. He's the one that slid off the bottom. Creativity and player. Ooh, I am reminded of the Voyager Tarot and the children censor. Is it censor? Is there a player in the children one? But that's what I'm thinking of, is just that childlike part of us that can play and create. And so creating from this place of optimism and self-preservation, in order to get through what we're going through, I must be optimistic and imagine all the wonderful things that can happen. I create them. I do it through my divine play. And as I play sort of towards this world, I become the prophet of it. Here is what's coming. Here's what I see. And then, oh my goodness. So the message from our collective ancestors at the bottom here is remember. So our ancestors who have been through all of the cataclysms of the world, I'm sure just the 18 of you that are sitting here watching right now, that amongst us, we have ancestors that have gone through every fucking disaster that has happened on this planet. From the Two Towers to Krakatoa east of Java, you know, world wars, slaughters, poverty, famine, all of the things that have happened on the world, always, because it's part of the system. We have ancestors that have been through it, and they're telling us to remember and create something better. Create something optimistic. Begin to predict a world where love is the structure, love is the goal, love is the achievement. And we only have one active love card, and that is self-preservation. So we call on the prophets in our ancestors, the psychics, the readers, the healers, and those that just refuse to let go of hope, and the creatives, the artists, the musicians, the actors, the poets, the dancers, and the players that were just here to enjoy life and to have fun. The ones that were here for a good time, there's the Venus again, because that's what we're supposed to be here to do, to love and enjoy life and create and make beauty. And our collective ancestors, look with the baby looking over the shoulder towards us. Our collective ancestors are calling on us to remember. You don't read about the really great times as much in the history books, unless those great times were linked to an entity that had a lot of power, right? But if we could go back and read history books that were written by and about the women, think of Crete and the beauty in that matriarchal society, in that woman-based society. When we have groups and societies run by women, there's a focus on beauty and creativity. Yeah, remember. Woman, 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 woman. Two men in the middle. Creativity and player. That's the outgo. That's the masculine energy. Wow. I mean, the prophecy and remember here is very interesting too. So let's start putting the message out, you know, through our mouth holes out loud. Here's what is coming. Here's what I see coming. I see a new world coming. I see these power systems being defeated. I see the crooks and the criminals going down in flames and justice reigning equally for all. That is what I see. Holy mackerel. Okay. Saving that quote, Tana. Yeah, it is beautiful. Into the grove they come, answering the call of the primal drum. The wise women are awakened. Yes. So mote it be. The quote about grief being love with nowhere to go. I didn't make that up. Thank you. But yes, I've heard it. And it is a wonderful way to frame it. And Samantha says, an active cell had a dream the other night where the goddess Isis and the Shekinah and Mother Mary were hovering over the Middle East, and all the grandmothers were joining hands. Yes. Well, and our ancestors are saying, remember that the power that we have. So I had someone, he said the grandmother's joining hands, and I had someone, I think, comment on last week's live or something, and they said, thank you, grandmother. And I went, because I don't have grandchildren, or I don't have grandchildren that I know. My son that was adopted has children, but I've never met them and probably never will. But it was like, what, grandmother? Why? And it's like, no, thank you. Thank you. So I received that gift this week of someone calling me grandmother, and it took me aback that it took me aback. And it made me go, oh, okay, I haven't quite accepted that role. And, there it is, or that title. So it's wonderful. It feels wonderful. Be brave in a world where cowardice is no longer hidden. Oh, my God. That's wonderful, too. Tavia says, Tana, you're on a roll tonight. Tavia says, I see people craving peace from the depths of their souls, letting go of the painful conflict because they're so ready for rest and peace and comfort. Amen. Too many in this world have struggled their way through their lives from beginning to end. Struggle, 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 while others have all the comfort. And that's what needs to be leveled. That's the balance that needs to come back, is we all deserve that. Oh, yes, Samantha. Oh, Beck. What is remembered lives. Yes. All of those millions of ancestors are right here. They are right here. Feel that energy pouring into you. All of their hopes, their dreams, their optimism are yours as well. And you can call on your ancestors for that, to get an infusion of that. You are no longer here to express it. Allow me to express that for you. Support me in this. No, Tana, don't worry about it. I have a potty mouth. Never say sorry. And that's not even a swear. The system sucks. Yes, it does. The sound reaching out beyond the universe. Yes, and Tavia, I agree, Catherine, too. I have noticed lately just how much more tender my heart is. We watched, and here's a recommendation if you've never watched it. Sorry, there's something on here. Is it a bead? No. There's a movie called Song of the Sea, and it is made by this Irish group. And that Song of the Sea, Secret of Kells, animated, absolutely wonderful. But Song of the Sea is a Samhain movie. And I always cry at the movie, but I mean, I was like ugly crying at the end of it. We watched it over the weekend. Phooey. Okay. Just the chapter or two I've read in a book about women's history has been so informative and inspiring. No small courage. Okay. I'm reading one about brief biographies of badass bitches by Lisa Lee Curtis. She had the Facebook page called Vagina Devil Magic, and then she changed it to her name because she kept getting reported for any one of those three words. So it's wonderful. Histories of women that rocked the world in one way or another that we don't hear of because we're not written into the history. Prophecy and remember, time disappeared. Yeah. It's that fold. The time folds and it's all right here. Ink and flame alchemy. I don't remember saying that, so apparently one of my cells decided I needed to get a little recognition. So funny. Animated. I played Mora, the mother, in Song of the Sea in a drama competition in high school. Really? Song of the Sea, like with the Selkies? It's about a Selkie? It's not the Song of the Sea, Samantha. I mean, it's a relatively recent, probably in the mid-2000s to the teens. At any rate, thank you, ancestors. We remember you. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we have 1 and 2 left. That's 3. That's 6. That's 3. That's 5. That's 4. That's 2. Thank you. All right, we have the Debray. Not going to shuffle these because they are stiff. But I did shuffle thoroughly beforehand, so... Full title, Song of the Sea, an Irish Tragedy. Oh, yes, it's a new one. Selkies. Oh, no, this is about a girl, Selkie, that's born to a Selkie, and It's just so good. And the way it's done with the story that they're telling and the parallel of the spiritual, the mythology, it's just fabulous. It's so good. So good. This deck, I will write it. It is, what exactly is it called? Okay. Victoria Iva. I call it the DeBry deck because that's the publisher. Sorry. Okay. There you go. All right. So, what does this deck have to tell us? Okay. Stuff, apparently. All right, we got our first three here. The Ten of Spheres, the Knight of Wands, this deck, and the Four of Wands. Okay, that was another one that came out when I was talking to them ahead of time. This deck gave me three majors. It gave me, God, can I even remember? No, so I'm not going to try. But it gave me three majors, and one of them was the Sun. They were all positive, and it was like, okay, yes, you get to play tonight. So we have 10 of Spheres, which is the 10 of Coins. We have the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. All right. So this is the manifestation. This is the achievement itself, the ultimate achievement. This is when we have everything in the material world that we've been looking for. Stability, security, the illusion of security. And then we have the Knight of Wands here that says it's time to get busy. And the Four of Wands is that cooperation and collaboration. So yes, getting busy. But I'm looking at the horse here is headed this way. Working towards the goals, but the Four of Wands says it's a collaborative effort, that something, the structure needs to be built. So this is energetic, this is material. We're looking at Knight of Wands, which is move. Get moving. Either, mundanely, it can be travel or, moving house, changing your residence, but it really is about just getting on your horse and riding as far as your passions go, what you're here to do. I'm here to change things. I'm here to light some fires. He's looking at the resources he has to light those fires with. But this is really building something on an energetic level, building something on a creative level. What is it we're trying to create? What resources do we have to create it? Oh boy. We have the Two of Cups and the Devil. All right. So in league with the Devil here. Let's look at these two. All right. The Two of Cups is about relationship. It's about receiving, giving and receiving on that emotional level in a very connected way. The Devil is about control. So here's a little conflict we need to deal with. In order for the energy, the love to flow, see that, that figure eight, that infinity sign, that lemnis get going between one heart and another. In order to do that, we have to relinquish our control, particularly emotional control. If we want to really experience full love, we have to be able to let go of control and to let go of the things that control us. All right. All right, I'm going to keep going here. My brain's getting foggy. And this is the King of Spheres, so the King of Pentacles. We had the Ace of Pentacles up there before, and now we have the 10. Ace, 10, King. this is like, you know, the whole gamut of the material here. The seeds that are planted, the mastery to manipulate, to use those resources and materials in order to grow, in order to really manifest something. All right. It's kind of hard because there's a glare. I guess I can just look at my screen. All right. So we definitely need to get moving, but in a practical way. Same message here. This is the first deck that we haven't had death in some way, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. So starting with the abundance that we already have, the wonderful things that we, the foundation that we already stand on, and being able to share that with someone else, relinquishing control, we have that kind of mastery over our material things. So I'm looking at the material here too, and the material here with love in the middle. So what can control us is our love of material things. And you know what? There's not a thing wrong with that. Sensual pleasures, but think in terms of maybe we have a little bit too much of an emotional connection to acquiring things. I think that's where we're headed here. Sometimes we really can have that emotional connection to things and stuff, and then we allow that to control us because we want to feel good. So we keep spending money on things. I'm getting slapped in the face here right now, you guys. Keep spending money on things that we really don't need because we're chasing that dopamine hit or that temporary joy of, ooh, I got a present. Ooh, I got myself something. I was thinking the other day about how many decks I've been like, I want that deck so bad. And then when I get it, it's kind of a letdown because I had, projected onto it some sort of emotional satisfaction that just it wasn't able to give, So looking at how we may be controlled by our material things, and how this Knight of Wands here is more like, rather than the emotion of how it's going to make me happy, I'm going to feel happy if I acquire. This is that passion. No, I feel that I'm really fulfilling my purpose when I am passionate about something, about creating something and putting it out there rather than bringing it in. And the Four of Wands says passion that is shared, finding someone that wants to create some of the things that you want to create, whether an event, whatever, but building something with someone else. And the King of Spheres at the bottom there, wait a minute. It's just the mastery. It's just knowing that money is a resource and a tool. We have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands. How interesting. So we can manifest what we want, but we have to make sure that our boundaries are firm. And this is self-preservation as well. Building a boundary, making sure that what we create is something that can bring that balance back, something that can serve us. But the Nine of Cups is that wish card. So again, start to see it and believe it and wish it. Interesting. This one was a little fuzzier to me, but I think it might be also because my brain is just sort of fuzzing out. We only have one more to go. All right, let's see. Feedback time. Okay. Gypsy of the Moon by the group Renaissance. Ooh. Did it flip over one of the astro dice? It moved it, but it didn't flip it over. Many cards have been thrown on the table they needed to get out. Yep. Emotional control. The devil's only job is to make us forget who we truly are. Yeah, it's true. It is true. The devil gets control of us because we are putting our worth and our identity out there instead of in here. We let externals be what determines our sense of self-worth. And you're right. That's how he gets control of us. Then you forget who you are. The material, Capricorn, and the devil. Yes, Capricorn is the devil. Loving Venus, material things. Excellent, Tavia. Thank you. Yeah, the material. That's totally exactly it. And that the 10th house is that King of Pentacles, right? Bingo. Seneca said about happiness something like, it does not depend on what you have, but on what you feel with what you have. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Big jazz hands, yes. All right. Now the last one we have, I need my paper. Using several pieces because, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. Now, if you haven't experienced this deck, it is so fun. Okay. Last one resonated. Oh, I'm glad. See, I appreciate that because it can feel fuzzy to me. So I really appreciate that hearing that things land. My grandmother creating a coherent phrase for the chat for half an hour. We love it. We love it, Dana. All right. This deck is a joy to shuffle. You will indulge me for one more. Thank you very much. An overhead projector to use with your transparent deck. I don't have an overhead projector. I have a projector, a computer projector that I'm looking to get rid of. That seems like I can't give it away, but it's a Dell projector, very lightly used. Plug into your computer and project it on the wall. Very easy to use. Okay. So, you get kisses too. What do we need to know? So the transparent deck for the thin veil. No, I want to go some more here. Do it this way, yeah. They're telling me to split them. Oh, well, we'll squish them together here. All right, it might be difficult for you to... Hold on one second. Let me take the light down a little bit. Does that help? That helps. Okay. You don't need to see me. All right, so we have... This is the Hermit. Look at the mountaintop with the light shining out. And here we have the 8 of Pentacles, and then we have the 3 of Wands. So, Hermit talks about that introspection. We've had a couple cards like that tonight about going inside, about really operating from a deep place, from that place of authenticity. The real you, we're just talking about that. The devil making you forget who you really are. So tapping into that deep place of the Hermit of knowing who I really am. This is where I live. This is who I am, unchanging, you know. And then we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Get into that deep place, and then we get our hands on the materials and work them. And 3 of Wands is launching that. Getting it into... You know what? I think I'm going to do it this way for 9 of them. We're doing 9. And then we'll put them all together. Okay. Now we have the Knight of Swords. My pages aren't quite big enough. The 9 of Cups again. So at the end, we're coming out with the Wish card here. And then we have the Knight of... Okay, wait a minute. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. All right. Scoochy these up a little bit so we can see the last 3. So at the very center, we have that Nine of Cups. So what we are working towards from the beginning to the end here is, now what is it that we're going to prophesy? What is the ultimate that we wish? What is the most beautiful vision for humanity that we can dream up in our little cells? Samantha, in our minds, what is it? You know, what does the most beautiful aspect of humanity look like? And what are we going to do with it? And then we have two knights, the warrior of the mind, the warrior of the emotions. So back in the beginning, I think we had that Knight of Swords talking about discrimination, talking about our thoughts and what we do with them. And now it's the emotions and what we do with them, paired equally, thought and emotion, hand in hand. Emotions generate thoughts. Thoughts generate emotions. So we choose our thoughts. We recognize the feelings that we're having. We think about those. What is it that is keeping me generating these feelings? You know, something that's a genuine thing. Fine, have the feelings. But am I keeping myself stuck in particular feelings because of what I'm thinking? So these two. And am I choosing to think things that keep me pissed off or upset or whatever? Talking about that in the beginning with the snow. What are you choosing to think? How is it making you feel? Because in the middle of it, we need to use both of these things in order to really create the thing we want to manifest. Okay. Now we have the Five of Wands. The King of Swords. Where's his thingy? Yes, the King of Swords and the Sun. Here we go. All right. So here's where we got to get our ducks in a row. This plan where we're collaborating together, down here we might take on too much. And we need more to collaborate with. We need to start to delegate so that we're not just juggling everything. And the King of Swords is the ultimate decision maker here. I might want another one on him. But he's looking at the Sun. So he, at the end here, is absolutely crystal clear on this positive future. Now, let's do them. Let's pair them up and see where we go. So the image with this one. Wait, let me do this and then I can deal with them a little bit easier. All right. So at the top, look at the wands being raised up to the mountain here. So we've got the foundation here where somebody is really doing the work. They're harvesting, they're learning and teaching and practicing and making, actively making with the hands. And the things that we are making are inspiring. And look at those three firing up that mountaintop. And what's happening at the mountaintop? Usually we just see the hermit standing up there holding the light, but here we get the far view where suddenly this light blazes out from the mountaintop and we go, oh, that's what we're after. So the hard work results in this strong sense of inspiration that can be a guiding light to others. I think I'm going to do it this way, like. And then look at, we've got the two knights here. All right, this is interesting. You know what? I am going to take two more to go with the Nine of Cups, because those knights are just kind of on top of each other and they're looking to the past. So here we have, oh boy, there's the Devil card. Is that second time or third time he's come up? And then here we have the Ace of Swords. Oh, look at this. So here's the thing that we want, but again, we're dancing with the devil. Why do we want it? Is it because we're kind of addicted to it, because we need to have it in order to feel worthy, in order to feel good about ourselves? But look at the Ace of Swords comes in here and says, fuck that, I'm here to cut your chains. So there's vibing with the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. I am here to set you free and cut your chains. And then we have, all right, we've got the Five of Wands down at the bottom, sort of juggling things, having a tough time coordinating things. And we've got the King of Swords and the Sun. Let's see. And again, I'm going to take him out. Seemingly the court cards with this deck do what they always do for me. Not quite always, but you know. And here we have the Eight of Cups. All right. So the Sun in the middle. I mean, the Sun in the middle just says it's visible. It's out. It's here. It's something we can look at and make decisions on. It's empowerment. We are empowered to coordinate things and climb high. And look at this Eight of Cups. It's usually about, walking away from things, leaving behind old emotional stuff that's got you stuck. But this is going up, not just away. And look how he's using these upturned cups to climb. So the upturned, upside down cups. Emotions have been spilled out. There's loss, and I need to move beyond it. So what am I going to do? That grief process itself gives me a ladder to climb to get up to the next level of my emotional well-being. Right now, as far as just, coordinating things, being passionate about things, we're kind of a little bit in a tangle. So I want to go back to the cooperation. Look at the difference here. These three combining their light to make one light, and here's one dealing with 5 different wands. So we certainly need to bring in the others. But the Knight and the King of Swords certainly talks about the mental activity. The Knight of Cups has something to offer here. I do want to take one more. And then this one we get, what are we got? The Wheel of Fortune here? Yes. No. This is the World card. So the one that we get at the very, very, very end here, after all of them tonight, is the World card. Do I want to take 2 more? Of course I do, because that's the fun of this deck. The World. Oh my gosh. The Star. The World, the Star, and the Two of Swords. So we've got so much potential at our fingertips. We have things that we've brought to completion that now can be transformed, and we can restore or reclaim the energy from it. The Star, optimism and hope. The Two of Swords here is protection. Again, self-preservation, self-protection. I'm not going to let anybody come in here and piss on my parade. No turds in the bird bath here, thank you very much, including some of the thoughts that we can sort of torture ourselves with, including the unhealthy attachments we might have to material things, we might have to our wishes. But I'm going to come back here. That Ace of Swords is a purpose to get to the truth. And so when we get to the truth of what's controlling us, of what we're having a hard time letting go of what we are truly being manipulated by, then that is what really cuts us out and clears the way for manifesting that which we really want and wish. But the World and the Star at the end, can it get any better than that? I don't know. I don't think so. And the Nine of Cups. All right. So, what do you guys think of this here? Okay, yes, we will talk about that projector, Samantha. It is a curious deck. I kiss my decks too. Don't ask me something important or urgent because you'll answer tomorrow. Well, yes. I mean, I love them so. I blow on them, I kiss them, I knock on them. Take each horizontal row when you're done and stack them together. Oh, yeah. Well, you mean stack them like this way? I'm not going to. Kiss and breathing on the deck after knocking 3 times. Hi, Envy. I didn't see you sneak in here. Welcome. And then do the same thing vertically, yes. Think of the 8 of Cups as the person who's going in search of the ace to reach the 9. Ooh, that's very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again. All right, yeah, the transparent deck is really fun. It's unique. She did a hell of a job. There is a transparent oracle too, but I'm not so sure about it. I think I may trust that, she's just the fabulous author that she is and get it. Hold on, let me brighten it up a little bit. There, now you can see me again. But yeah, it's a fabulous deck. It's worth every penny. It is an expensive one. Okay. Lunma. Yeah, all the circles, right, Tavia? Did what I was seeing. Okay. Yes, it is. You're so welcome. You're welcome to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. If you feel moved, there's a couple places you can donate or a Patreon thing for $3 a month down below that, I get to buy a new deck this month. Thanks to my Patreon. So, and thank you all my patrons. I have to go back and I can't remember your list of names. There's only a few of you, and I cherish you. I really do. Got a stack of decks to unbox over here. Here's a few that I've gotten recently because they've been U.S. Games ones that I've been wanting in the collection. I think I might have one more like old U.S. Games that I'm looking for, or not looking for, wanting to buy, and that's the new Palladini. But I have the Reflective Tarot. I have James Eads Cosmovisions Oracle. It's a tarot, but Oracle. It's the pocket version. I have the Native American Tarot. I have the Medicine Woman Tarot. And I have the Rackham Tarot. Love the artwork so much. So I do have some good fun ones coming up. We'll see which one I do this Friday. Might be the Cosmo, but I also have some other ones that have been waiting for a while. Anyhow, oh my gosh, I hope this coming week treats you very well. I hope that you find the endings that you need and the beginnings that you desire. And I wish for Samhain for you love and joy, even in the midst of grief and sorrow. I wish you all the best of everything, you guys. You know how much you mean to me. So glow. Yes, the Reflective Tarot is definitely. I know it is a wise group. I appreciate every one of you. You add so much. And see, this is what I love is this. I don't consider like this, me reading this is a group thing. I love that you contribute. And Beltane blessings to everybody on the other side. Dance that maypole for us. I don't know if I told you this last week. My sister-in-law's neighbor did some cross-holidation, and I get very grumpy about cross-holidation. But it's here, like Halloween lights everywhere. We're driving around looking at Halloween lights. Come on. But they have a little lamp, and they have a little circle of ghosts dancing around a maypole, and I was like getting grumpy about it, but I thought, no, that's the polarity. That's the Samhain Beltane. So I have a new appreciation there. And I wonder if they're pagan. Oh, bless. You had one last night. You did a maypole. Yay. There are so many great decks in the world. I'm at 428 as we speak. So, all right, you guys, take care. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like on the way out if you would. It does help. And I love it when I see new people discovering the channel because it came across their feed or because they searched a deck and they found it, a video from way long ago. And then they go, "Ooh, I can't wait to explore your channel." And it's like, you got 700 and some videos to explore. Off you go. So anyway, thank you again for being here. I appreciate you all so very much, and all the best. Oh, wait. Allies and ancestors, guides and guardians, thank you so much. And to our ancestors, our undying gratitude for you being here. So let's take a moment. Exhale. And just let your energy settle back down. Anything, well, first of all, just that's the gratitude going up, the love and gratitude. All right, now just allow all of the energy, all of the ideas and concepts, let them fade, come back to your body. Let everything that's excess that you do not need, of course, you're going to need, keep everything that you need, but let any of the excess energy go back down to the earth for her healing, back up to the cosmos in the form of prayers to end the suffering, end the bloodshed, to end it, and to increase love, increase connection and understanding and compassion. Oh, my goodness. With love to you and to our ancestors. And now exhaling, and a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, push out that outer layer until it just expands into space and flashes away, sending all this good, wonderful, connected energy that we have felt tonight to everybody else. And I will end with, may all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. Now, wait a minute. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. There it is. Say it with me. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. May all beings be happy. And may all beings be free. Blessed be everybody.